Alright, hey guys, good morning, and thank you for coming out to Safety Town. We're today talk about bicycle safety and pedestrian safety, how we can actually, safely inspect the bicycle, and how we can cross the road safely. Okay. So first, I want to introduce myself. My name is Mr. Sean. For those of you that don't know me, why am I qualified to teach a class about bicycle safety? Well, I'm 36 years old and I've been riding a bike quite a bit, and fortunately I haven't had any major accidents, so I would say that qualifies me. Why don't we just go around real quick, and I want to ask you guys a question. First I want to ask your name, and then I want to ask how you learned to ride a bike. If you can tell me a story about how you learned to ride a bike. So what's your name? Mason. How did you learn to ride a bike?
Training wheels.
Training wheels? Yeah. Very cool. What's your name? Yeah. How did you learn to ride a bike?
I don't think he's wheels.
Training wheels? Alright. And what's your name?
Michael.
Michael? Okay. Somebody pushing you? Yeah. Okay, great. So as you guys can see, there's several different ways to learn how to ride a bike, right? So there's training wheels, you got somebody pushing you. For me, myself, I just jumped on the bike and started to ride. I woke up one morning after getting a brand new bike the night before at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I got on the bike and I just started riding. And I didn't come home until 6 o'clock that night. Back then it was a little bit safer. You could do things like that. Okay. Here, living in the Dallas area, it's a little bit more crowded, so it's harder to do that. So, today I also want to just kick off by talking about inspecting the bike. Okay, this is a very, very important step because we want to make sure that we're operating with a safe bicycle, right? So, what we'll do first is when you approach the bicycle, you want to look at the overall condition. You want to check it. Make sure that your tires are inflated. Who knows what a good inflated tire looks like? Tell me.
Pumped up.
Pumped up?
On
Okay.
the bike.
Okay, great. Round? Yeah. Okay. What do you think, Mikey? Yeah? Should you be able to press on it? Just a little bit, right? You shouldn't be able to push all the way into the tire, right? That means you have a flat tire. Okay. Well, what do you guys think you would do next?
Check if the brakes work.
Yeah, that's right.
Check if you have an outlet on.
That's right. Who can tell me, okay, if there's a brake on the right side, does that go to the front or to the rear? So what's a good way to remember that? Right to the rear, right? That's how I like to assimilate a lot of different things. I like to be able to put the words together. So right to the rear, okay? This bike doesn't happen to have one in the front, but if there was one here on the left, that would control the front, okay? A lot of bikes also have what we call foot pedals, okay? And so who knows the best way to test the foot pedal?
By riding.
Well, to sit on the bike, right? Morgan, you want to come up here?
I think he needs a bigger bike than
Go ahead
that.
and kick the kickstand back. There you go. Alright, go ahead and have a seat on the bike. Now show me how you would test the pedal. The brake pedal. Just kick it back, right? Good. And so, see how he didn't just take off and start riding and try and test it then, right? We're not sure it works. So you just want to move forward a little bit and press back on the brake just to make sure that the bike stops, okay? That's a good, safe way to test the brake pedal. Okay? Go ahead and have some. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. All right. How does the bike go?
Pedal.
Pedals, right? Right. And what's on the pedals?
Chain.
What is this part right here?
Light.
A reflector. Very good. So the reflector tells other people that you are on the road or you're on the sidewalk or whatever, especially when it gets it's darker, right? So as their car headlights hit that plastic right there, it reflects light back to them so that they see you coming, right? That's why it's also important to wear bright colors when you're on a bike, right? Like your orange or green, right? Those are perfect colors for riding a bike so that people see you, because it's very important that people see you when you're riding a bike, right? How else does a bike operate? So what does the pedal do? It moves the chain, right? Okay. So don't we want to make sure that the chain is in good shape? Right? So especially if you're operating a bike with gears. This bike doesn't have gears, but if you have a bike with gears, you want to make sure that it can actually cycle through properly before you get going forward, right? And so you want to make sure that your chain is on there and it has just a little bit of wiggle room. You don't want too much wiggle room. Okay? What about the kickstand? What does the kickstand do? Yeah, so that you can do what? Let go of it and visually inspect it, right? So you don't have to hold it while you're standing back and taking a look.
Or you can put it on the ground.
That's right. So why don't we do this? Why don't we grab your bikes over here? Mason, this is your bike, right? I want you guys to come over here. You guys come over here, and I want to see you visually inspect the bike. There you go. Hang on. Go ahead and put the kickstand up. There you go. Go ahead and get off the bike for me, Mason. Thank you. And then visually inspect the bike, okay? So we're going to do the things that we just talked about. We're going to look at the tires, right? Look at the brakes. Oh, well then that's fine. That's how the bike's designed, right? So if the bike is a free pedal, then it's not going to have a foot pedal brake. But you do, on this bike, you do have your front and your rear brake, right? Right. It's disconnected. So, oh yeah? You do that on purpose, right? Because the front pedal can be a little bit less safe. Because if you activate it too hard, then you could actually flip the bike over, right? So, alright. So, great. Why don't you guys go ahead and have a seat again real quick. Appreciate it. And so now, I want to talk a little bit about how we would actually cross the street, right? So, let's say we have our bike with us. Are we going to ride our bike across the street?
No.
No, what do we do? What's that? Yeah, you go to the crosswalk here, right? And do you ride your bike across the street or do you walk? Yeah? Mike, you want to show me how? Here's our crosswalk right here, okay? There you go. So you're pressing the button. Very good. You want to put your kickstand up? So we're waiting for...
What's going it on?
The red hand
What's
means
going it on? What's going it on?
There you go. Very good. Okay. So it's important that we wait for the red hand to go away, the white walking symbol to be activated, and then the timer goes on. And as you're walking across the street, you're looking in both directions, right? So how are we going to look? What's the best way to look? Just keep that. Thank you. Great help. Thank you. What's the best way to look when you're walking across the street?
Look both ways.
Okay. Is there a special way to do that?
Yes.
How's that?
Left first, right second.
Okay. So we're going to look left, to our left first, and then to our right, right? And then we look back to our left as we cross, right? But we're constantly looking. Just because we look once doesn't mean we need to stop looking, right? All right. Very good. What's another good way to make sure we're safe when we're crossing the road? So if we say look, listen, and then we cross, right? So we look, we listen, and we cross. When we listen, what are we listening for? A car. Okay, what else? Dump trucks, exactly.
Fire engine.
Yeah, big dragonflies. Just kidding. Okay. So, exactly.
I don't want to get steamed.
Exactly. Maybe other bicyclists, right? Maybe if somebody else is on a bicycle, you're listening for that. Okay. So we just want to be able to look, listen, and cross. Very good. Okay, guys. So next we're going to talk about hand signals, right? Hand signals are a great way to communicate to the other people on the road that you are going to either be making a turn or you're going to stop, right? And so when we use our hand signals, it's called a gesture, right? And so we gesture to the other drivers or to the other bicyclers what we're going to be doing. So we always use our left hand, right? Okay? And so when we have our left hand up, we're going to be making a right hand turn, right? All right? When we put it out like this, we'll be doing a left hand turn, okay? And then we put it down like this. That tells the drivers or the other bicyclers that we're riding with that we're going to be stopping, okay? I'm going to practice that real quick, okay? Which way is this?
Left.
Close.
Right.
Right. Very good. Okay, so when it's up, oh, yeah, switch using your left hands. We're going to use our left hands. Yeah, so this one. This one. Great, good. All right, so we're using our left hands, okay? And up means which direction?
Left.
Right.
Right.
Right. That's right. Okay? So when we put our hands down, what does that mean?
Straight.
Close.
Left.
We're going to stop. Right? And then when we extend it out, which direction is that?
Straight.
It's left. Right. We know we're ready. Okay. So when we're pointing up, we're pointing to the right, right? Okay, so we're going to the right. When we point out, we're pointing to the left, right? And then when we're pointing down, that means we're going to stop. Right? All right. Very good. So next, I want to talk about your helmets. Okay? So having a helmet on is very important because the brain is a very important organ in our body, right? And it helps just about everything that in our body function. So we want to protect our melons, right? Okay, so what we do when we have a helmet on, okay, come on over here, Mikey. See how it fits his head just perfectly. Hang tight for just a second, okay? What do you think, guys? Does this fit me?
No.
No, right? Why is that? It's too little, right? Okay, so what we want in a helmet is we want a good fit all the way around, okay? That's what we want here. And we want to be able to put about 2 fingers here so that it goes on to the crown of your forehead, okay? And then we also want to make sure that the ear straps here are in a V shaped just below your ear, okay? And then also we've got this part back here. This part safely secures the helmet to the back of your head, okay? So that if you were to fall, it's not going to come off, okay? All right.
What if you break when you fall?
Right, and then there's one more thing right here, is we want about a finger width in that chin strap right there, okay? So that's how we know that's a perfect fit. So come over here, Mason. How many fingers can I get in here? So we probably need to tighten that a little bit, right? Perfect. All right, very good. So on some of the newer helmets, there's also this little buckle back here, this little knob that you can turn that will help fit the inside of the helmet to the head as well. All right, guys? You guys ready to ride some bikes? All right. Does anybody have any questions? No? All right. Well, do you guys want to try this out? You guys want to ride the bike around Safety Town and show us what you learned? All right. Well, thank you guys for coming today, and we appreciate it.